I'm Georgina Hall, and this is the Female Empowered Podcast, inspired by the casual conversations I've had with thousands of women over my career in coaching. This is not just another wanky women's wellness podcast. We are bringing the uprising. Hi friends, welcome to the Female Empowered Podcast. I am your host, Georgina Hall, personal trainer, online coach, and offerer of opinions on all things. And today, guess who's back? Back again. Beppy's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? It's Beppy!
Hi everyone. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year, Beppy, yeah? We've seen each other, but we together have not spoken to the world.
No, I haven't. So the end look today. Looks on the side today.
So did you have a nice Christmas and New Year before we go into the world being on its side?
Yes, I had a lovely couple of days over Christmas. And then I can't even remember New Year. But yes, it was nice.
Feels like a long time ago, doesn't it? Yeah,
It feels
just
like
had a good time.
Yeah, you had a good time? Christmas? Santa?
Thanks, Cass.
He's not coming back in 8 weeks.
That's enough out of you now, Cass.
Come and get your carrot. Love.
Come and have your carrot.
When you're a single parent and you're trying to juggle things.
Well, this is speaking to a lot of people on different levels, isn't it, right now? I'm sure there's a lot of single parents going through this exact thing on their Zooms and the Teams meeting, and their kids are running wild in the background.
Yeah, man. Shh.
Your blood pressure's sky high, your kids aren't listening to you, they're still barking, you're trying to talk to your manager.
You need to get back to school. I'm sick of her.
I also feel like I've just described myself as your manager there, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I'm just there. She's gone.
For now.
She's gone.
So Christmas, New Year, good times, and now the world's on its side, as you've just said.
Yes.
This is why we needed to.
That feels like that's been like that for donkeys.
Oh yeah, this feels like it's just life now.
The new. Well, because last year I started my year in Australia, right by the bushfires, and then I came back with COVID. And then I've been in the house since.
Super spreader.
Aye, super spreader.
I will just clarify for the audience that Beppy had COVID before COVID was a thing. Before it was cool.
I was the COVID influencer. I was the one that passed it on.
So she had no idea that she had this illness before she came back on a plane from Australia, did you not, Beps? How could you have known? It wasn't a thing.
Well, even if I had known, SARS guys, I had to come home. So there's...
We know more about it now, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
And also, you weren't ill when you came back, weren't you not?
I wasn't ill when I came back.
No. Because
Am I meant to be saying no for legal reasons?
Yeah. But also, you weren't.
No,
because
when I was on that plane with all them people, there was nothing out of me. I was totally fine. It wasn't until I got off the plane that I started to feel really bad.
I actually saw you not long after you landed, and I never got COVID.
Nah. It is what it is. If I've given it to anyone, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do.
I don't know where to go with this now. You didn't give it to anyone. It was fine. It was before. It was fine.
We're just joking. I didn't have it, and I didn't carry on going to school or anything. I just stayed in the house.
You actually didn't go to school. Stop making it sound worse than it is. Why are you trying to ruin my career before it's even started?
Hey, I'm just saying, we need to be real. It is what it is. I take full responsibility, but there's nothing I can do. If I've done anything wrong, I'm sorry.
Well, it's all over now, isn't it? For you, not for the rest of the world.
It's all over. Well, I mean, I've been in the house pretty much for a year now, so I've paid my dues, haven't I?
Yeah, same, mate.
Been sitting here for a year. Lost my job.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So
you lost your school place.
I lost my career, basically, not just my job.
Yeah, tell us about that, Beppy.
But I'm not going to complain. I'll carry on looking on the bright side.
Yeah.
No one died, apart from my granddad. Then my granddad died. But I'm always looking on the bright side. My mum got a vaccination yesterday.
Oh,
my grand's been vaccinated.
My mum is getting hers right now.
Oh, is she? My mum got it because there you go. All right, because she like works in the community in Gateshead, and Gateshead's meant to be the worst place, so she had to get hers straight away.
They've been smashing them out in the northeast, though, haven't they? They've been killing the vaccines.
She's not getting out of it. She's not getting the next one for another 3 months. Like,
no, I have heard that they've been cancelling the second ones. So tell us about losing your job, Beppy, but also bear in mind that I was just about to say, before all this COVID chat kicked off, I was just about to say that this is what the world needs, a little bit of Beppy to cheer them up. But let's just run with what you're giving us.
Right. But no, I'm still fine about it, you know, like, it's fucking, like, if that's what happens, isn't it?
Hey,
like,
I think this is a good lesson for everyone, and I do think that you'll make them feel better about it. It's relatable.
Obviously you don't aim for the bad things to happen, but when the bad things do happen, no point in shouting at the sky when it's raining, isn't it? That's the one.
That's good chat, that.
So with this job thing, so I was at college on an apprenticeship doing my gas engineering, but because I was older, and anyways, I couldn't find anyone to give us an apprenticeship. But you have to be you have to have an apprenticeship to be an apprentice, but you can't learn unless you're an apprentice. It's this vicious circle. It's basically designed for what it is for you meant to do when you leave school. But I thought I was going to be a singer or a footballer when I left school, so I was just like, I'll be Irish. I don't need to be a plumber.
In fact, up until about 5 years ago, you were still going to be a singer?
Well, I still think I am. I still think I am going to be a singer, but in the meantime, I would like to still be able to, like, feed the dog and that, do you know what I mean? But I still do think I'm a singer. I don't think I'm going to be a footballer anymore, but that's my choice. I just don't want to be one. It's not that I've run out of time or anything. It's just,
that's probably unrealistic now.
I'd rather what I want to do is be a singer, write kids' books, and be a builder.
Right.
And do me building apps and that. Like,
do you think those careers that complement each other? Do you think there are 3 careers that complement each other?
Yeah, I do. It's just being a builder, being creative, being a singer.
I don't want to be a Scrooge, but can I just cut you off and ask you if you can take the squeaky toy off your dog child?
I mean, I can, but then she's going to bark. This is the thing with us not having a partner.
I don't know what's worse.
Cass,
I brought a cup of tea to this, and I was like, oh, the feedback has been that people don't like slurping. And then I'm like, well, I don't like low-level anxiety, and that's what we're currently living in. So I need a hot drink with us at all times. And now I don't feel bad at all because you've got a barking dog that's also got a squeaky toy.
Well, if anyone on here doesn't like the sound of a dog having fun, they're not welcome to listen to me talk. That's all I'm saying.
I know for a fact.
She was better off when she was having a nice time. Now she's got low-level anxiety because since I'm telling her off, she's looking out the window like, where am I meant to go?
No one's telling you off, Cass. We're just asking for a little bit of quiet. I just know for a fact if I was listening to this, I'd be like, that needs to cease now. And don't get me wrong, I love Cass and I love seeing her having a nice time face to face. It's just difficult when you can't picture it because you're only listening to a podcast. Hello, Cass. Now if you're on the YouTube, you'll be able to see a cute little face. Hello, Cassius. This is excellent podcast material. Hello. You're quiet now. I like it when you're quiet.
Oh yeah, you're to be seen but not heard. And yeah, that's why Auntie Georgina's not ready for a dog or a baby.
No, but I'm having a lovely time with my plants.
Seen and not heard. There you go. Yeah. Ideal. Perfect.
I'll show you my new one for the YouTubes. I've actually got a plant subscription now, Beppy.
Oh, that's lovely, that.
So every month I get a new plant from one company, but I also made Anna sign up with a different company. So I get a new plant in a pot every 2 weeks.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Maybe can you remember that gardening thing that I started off on Pinterest years ago?
No.
Tell us about it. You were like, oh, your mate would really like that. She was like, you'll have to talk to me mate about this because she'll really like it. Your friend who did yoga. It was called Northern Soiler, right? To be like Northern Soul, Northern Soil. But then Dub was like, that sounds like you're like pooing on the stuff. So like, do you know how the world we had on the internet? He was like Northern Soiler, like a weird thing. And I was like, it does really sound.
So I shouldn't do that.
It was when I was living at home with my mum and I was feeding all the animals out in the garden and that.
Oh yeah, you had like your own little microclimate, didn't you?
Yeah, like I had like my own little. It was like a little.
A wildlife centre.
It was like a zoo, like a plant and animal zoo.
Just for a little bit of background for the listeners, Beppy used to live in a tent in her mum's garden when we first met.
Well, I did kind of, but that's because you're not meant to be. Well, when I first met, I was living by myself, wasn't I? I was riding high on the self-employment frisk. Then I was like, Georgina's prices are extortionate. I'm gonna have to give up everything. So I would better myself, make myself a functional person again. So
would you say that these prices are well worthwhile for what you actually gained from my services?
Priceless prices.
Yeah, you can't put a cost on well-being.
You can't. You can't.
The joy and the confidence and the new lease of life that I gave to you.
Yeah.
And then look what happened. We became brothers.
Priceless.
Friends for life.
Priceless again. It was well worth going bankrupt for.
Okay, so if we meander back to 2020, the year the world imploded.
Mm-hmm.
So you lost your place at school.
Yeah. So basically, it was that you got a bit. So I went into it self-employed in any ways as like. So basically, I was going my trade, right? So start again, right? So I went into it as self-employed as like a regrouter. So it was like a tiler, but basically I was doing the only thing that I could do, which is regrout tiles. But it's a really good job, high paid job. Like, no one does it because tilers don't want to do it because they can get more money doing other stuff. But I couldn't tile, so that was fine with me. So I went with it as that, like gone into it as that. So then I needed to also find a placement, and I didn't know anyone who was a plumber. So I was kind of just like really already on a tightrope with it. Because obviously nobody wants to, like, it's not worth people's while giving apprenticeships to adults unless you know them, and I didn't know anyone. So basically, in any ways, I just managed to get my placement. So I was going to work every day as a gas fitter, as a gas engineer, and then I got two months into it, and then COVID happened, and then we lost the job. So I had a good job that got stopped because we weren't allowed into people's houses, but I was still expected to take my exams. So I couldn't do it. So basically, I just had to cut my losses and accept that it was over.
Oh, do you think that you'll go back to gas engineering in the future?
So now I'm working as a plumber, which is great, which is what I wanted to do in anyways. But it would be the choice of paying for it myself, but I would also still have to find my placement to be able to learn how to do it. So it might just be gone.
But if anyone's listening who could help you out with a gas engineering placement, would you like to hear from them?
Yes, I would love to hear from them. That would be really, really, really good to hear from them.
And if you could choose between someone offering you a gas engineering placement or a record contract, which would you choose?
Well, obviously, if I only get one choice, I'm going to go for the. I'm not a divvy, so I'm obviously going to go for gas engineering, aren't I? so I can get on a BT advert. No, where's it? British Gas advert. No, I think if like the head of Sony's listening to us, and he's got a boyfriend who's a or a husband who's a gas engineer, and he's looking for new talent, I think I'd rather hear from him. Right. But I mean, that would be quite a good YouTube channel, that, like, me being a famous singer, but also going to fit people's boilers.
Yeah. I'm not sure you'd find the time.
You make the time, don't you, when things are important.
Especially when you're a single parent.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do all right, don't we, Cass? We do all right. We'll make the time. Cass had obviously had to come to work with us, but.
So how's life looking now?
So now life is looking all right. Like, I'm back into me fitness gains.
Yeah, I've heard about this. Mm-hmm. We're training on Sunday, aren't we?
Yeah, I can't wait.
And do you know what I thought I would do is I would film our workout live on Sunday for my membership group, because they'll like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. What we're going to do.
You said you wanted to do a little HIIT session in the park.
Right, that sounds good. Can't wait.
So people will be able to join in with us.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
And if anybody's listening now and they want to do some workouts with us, just drop me a message and we'll get you involved.
Yeah, see? Nice.
And how's the plumbing looking?
So plumbing's looking all right. It's going okay. And so basically my new venture for this year is, so I run a couple of little building type businesses. So my new one that's going to massively kick off this year is, it's called Newcastle Window Colour Change, where I'm changing plastic window colours. So to save landfill, and everyone who's got the nice new grey bifold doors looks manky when you've got white windows. So that's what I'm doing.
So if you need your windows changing colour.
So if you need your plastic windows changing colour, give us a shout. Good rates for Georgina Hall customers.
Oh, that's good. Should we hook up a discount code?
Yeah, we'll get one on.
GPT 15.
Aye. 15.
5. Oh, sorry, gone too far.
15.
Well, that's lovely. Yeah. That's good. I'm glad that you're coming out the other side, and you've also got your vintage clothing, haven't you?
Yeah. So that's
in
like
multiple pies.
Yeah, that's like a nice little business that I've got. So I don't like. So that's like me baby, like as in like me interest. Do you know what I mean? Like me. I've done it for years. Yeah, it's me side hustle for money, but me like me. It's like me. It's like what I say about like hairdressing. Like plumbing feeds me bank account, but hairdressing feeds me soul. So that's like the same thing about like the clothes. So yeah, I sell clothes and records, like all vintage records and stuff.
Where can people go and find those?
Just I come up pretty soon on Google. So if you're looking for any vintage clothing, probably I've got loads of them. So probably like the top one, some of the top ones will be mine.
That's very shady.
No, I don't mean it.
Can you not just give us a web address?
I can, but I've got loads of them. So it would be.
Why are you being secretive, Beppy?
It would be. I've got loads of them. I've got like 6.
Is this for tax purposes or something?
No. I'm a fully fledged tax-paying citizen these days. Since I've come since I want to be a builder, everything's legit, straight in the books.
So, is it 90s vintage? If I search it,
yeah, 90s vintage is mine. But I've got Ready Steady Go. I've got Rambling Mod vintage. I've got Against Modern Football shirts, which I sell all football kits and that, and all football boots. I've got a Depop shop. I've got 2 eBay shops. And I've got a couple of others like that I'm building up.
Okay, well, I'll put a couple of links on the show notes for you.
Yeah.
Multiple fingers in multiple pies there, haven't you?
Yeah. So it's fine. You've just got to, when it goes tits up, you've just got to squeeze the tits, haven't you? That's all that you got to do.
I hope that catches on as a saying.
Well, I could have probably come up with something better.
You heard it here first, everybody.
Yeah.
Things go tits up, just squeeze the tits.
If that's what they've been took to you for.
And it's not in a pervy way, it's squeezing your own, isn't it?
Squeezing your own or someone else that'll let you.
If you're not in public right now, everyone just have a little go at squeezing your own and just look at the comfort that it brings you. It's like my hot drink for anxiety.
Yeah. Just natural, isn't it? Just nature.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
It is lovely. It's lovely.
Anyway, what we were actually going to do today, Beps, we were going to do a current affairs show, like Good Morning Britain or something, where we read the headlines and commented on them, but we've done half an hour introduction now. But so maybe we'll do this as like a quick fire current affairs.
Right. Oh, dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous. So I'm going to open up the news app on my phone and I'm just going to read you the top stories. And you can just tell us what you think about them.
Right, okay. Oh, God.
Have a little slurp. Have a little slurp for the listeners, a little drink to prepare. Here is... You sounded like you just spat it out there. Right. This is your number one top story, predictably. COVID-19. Anyone who tests positive may get £500 under government plans as worrying self-isolation data emerges.
Why? Why do you need £500?
To persuade them to get a test and self-isolate, it says, read it on a little bit. This isn't factual, by the way. It's in the proposal stages.
Oh, well, I think that's a stupid proposal, and I'm glad it's not factual.
So what it's saying is, because people fear loss of earnings, if they've got symptoms, they're not self-isolating, they're not staying off work. So they're proposing to pay them to stay at home instead.
How long you got to stay at home for, like?
10 days. It says, wanting to avoid self-isolation is now the biggest reported barrier.
Are we not already paying people that aren't going to work for COVID in anyways?
Some people, yeah. I think there's a big, massive differences of what people are getting, aren't there? Some people are on furloughs, some people are going to work, some people are self-employed and might have received a little payout. But this is probably people who are still currently going to work.
Yeah.
Potentially self-employed people who don't want to.
I mean, we're going to have to pay all this. We're going to have to pay all this back. This is the only thing.
Well, interestingly, one of the next headlines down under politics is something about eyeing up raised taxes. Rishi.
Well, yeah. Well, they're going to have to, aren't they?
Well, it wasn't ever going to be free money, was it?
Oh man, everyone, loads of divvies, right? Like loads of plumbers and that were buzzing, right? They're like, yeah, get me off work. Like, mate, but the next time you go and buy a car or try to get a mortgage or empty a bin, you're gonna have to go and do overtime for different council tax, man.
Yeah.
So sit and enjoy your pints in the house, but
yeah, I mean, as a self-employed person who got a little payout, it was always glaringly obvious to me that at some point this money was going to have to be paid back in some form. Like, it's not just free money.
No, it's not free money.
It's not like, here you go, Georgina, when you can go on holiday, go and treat yourself. Anyway, let's move on from this.
Aye, let's move on from that one, because that one's horrible, that one.
Here's a little light-hearted one. James Bond movie No Time to Die is delayed once again.
God. Shut that.
This is Daniel Craig's final outing as James Bond.
Oh, is it?
Have you seen any James Bonds, Beppy?
I seen some back in the day, but I'm not interested in films really, if the truth be told, unless they're like British films. Like, no, obviously I know that James Bond is, but like, I mean, like I like the firm and that, and the business stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Not like spectacular Hollywood type films.
You like a gritty
I like
film.
the low budget, like indie films.
Right.
If you know what I mean. So that's like, although obviously James Bond, it's very much a big concern, isn't it? Like, so I'm not really into them.
So if you were to watch James Bond, if you wanted an indie version of James Bond, a proper Brit film version, who would you have playing James Bond?
Liam Gallagher.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now, there's a name that I've never heard been put in the pot before to play James Bond.
Liam. I'd have him doing the business.
Right.
And obviously, who would I have as the girls? Like a Bond girl. Obviously, Kate Moss would have to be like the Bond girl.
Yeah.
And they would just be like chilling out and like smoking weed and talking about music and that, and then have a fight because someone Ian Brown tries to tap up Kate Moss from Liam J, and he's like, whoa, boom, done. 45 minutes, that would be me sorted.
Good. Well, I think a lot of people agree. Like, I would pay to see that film.
There you go.
There
you go. Just the good creation there.
Here's a trending story that you'll like.
Yep.
Loyal dog spends days waiting outside hospital for sick owner.
Oh, I say I don't like that. Because I just think the thought of my cat, like, do you know, when I leave her to go and put the rubbish in the bin, and she's staring, waiting for us.
Oh.
They should have let him in. They should have let the dog in.
Here's one it's caught my attention. Woman urged to leave date after noticing odd detail in man's glasses reflection. A TikTok user filmed the moment. She claims to have caught her date looking at dating profile after zooming in on his glasses, and it's been viewed nearly 500,000 times. Oh, hey, God. Didn't that happen to you on a date once?
Well, I don't want to talk about it on the internet, but something similar, very similar happened, but it wasn't really a date, but it was very similar to that, but I don't want to talk about it. But yes. Okay.
Oh my God, right. We're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it on that little high note there.
People are shan, man.
Yeah,
people are proper shan.
And let that be the lesson of today's podcast. Let's all start being a bit nicer, start being less judgmental, recognise that everybody is behaving from their own place in the world. They're doing their best. And let's just, keep our shit to ourselves.
Some people are just shit, but if they are just shit, then mind your own business. Don't worry about it.
I feel like you might have just shat on my point there, actually, Beppy.
Well, no, I haven't, because some people are just shit people, right? But don't concern yourself with it if they are. Like, there's loads of things that I could use as an example, but obviously there's no point in using it as an example, because Emma would just get into it. But if you thought I was a crap person, you disagreed with what I did, you didn't like us, didn't worry about it.
I just wanted to speak to you. Yeah, I'd find somebody who I did like. Yeah.
So, just don't worry about it.
I think people do spend a lot of time concerning themselves with things that they don't like, and it just drains your own energy. That
I far too much like me, not bothered about watching James Bond. Don't worry about it, but I would watch Liam Gallagher and Kate Moss.
Yeah, so you're not going to watch James Bond and slag it off. You're just not going to bother wasting your time or energy watching it at all.
Nah, and if it does happen to be on in passing, well, then it might be on in passing. But if it's not, don't worry about it. Watch something like you want to watch. Nice.
I think everyone can learn a valuable lesson from this, Beppy. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for your wisdom today. Thank you for your insight into your life.
Thanks for talking to us.
If anybody's got any questions, they can, you're probably better off dropping me a message, to be fair, and I'll pass the message on, get an answer for you, send it back.
Yeah, because
I told you at the start, I was the manager, so.
Yeah, she's the manager and I'm just not very good. It's not because I'm ill-mannered or anything, it's just because I'm not very good. But don't concern yourself about it, just talk to Georgina instead.
Awesome. Thank you, Beppy. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And we will see you soon. Take care. All the best. Warmest regards. If you want to improve your well-being in a non-wanky way, you can join hundreds of other like-minded people in my monthly subscription group for live training sessions, daily workouts, nutrition tips, meditations, and more. Only $10 a month. Email me now, georgina@georginahalltraining.com. Thank you for listening to the Female Empowered podcast. If you want to hear more from us, you can follow us on Instagram at Female Empowered, where you can also get involved with our discussions, and feel free to send us a message.